Welcome back to Noiretalk. I have one of my closest friends, Nakita Hanson.
Hello.
Owner of NH Events.
Yeah.
We've been friends for almost, 15 years?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's wild.
I know. And the funniest part is how we met each other.
Right.
Do you remember that?
It was at FIT.
It was like a random day, and I will never forget because your hair was all curly and bouncy, and you came up to me, and you were like, "Hi." I was like, "Hey." You're like, "Hi, my name's Maria," and we started talking. You're like, "I'm from Baltimore." I was like, "I'm from Baltimore too." You're like, "Oh my God."
Yo, as soon as I found out that there were people on campus from Baltimore, I was like, I am saved. There's people that understand me.
1000%.
Coming from Maryland to New York, it's like big city, bright lights. What you gonna do?
Yeah, and it's just also just our accent, and it's annoying for people that keep talking about it. So it feels
like,
good.
Oh, say you.
Yeah,
Do.
do.
But tell me, how's life been since FIT? Fast forward to now.
Life has been good. I can't complain. I worked at Loman's right after college in planning. And then I've decided that planning, if people don't know what planning is, like the number side of fashion.
Yeah.
So, and then I started working at Ross as a buyer and moved my way up to divisional.
Been working hard, girl.
Been working hard.
Late
and
nights.
Yes, early mornings.
Right?
And then once you start getting into, I feel like, more managerial roles, you're less hands-on. And I was missing that creative piece. And there, I always loved events and I love to put things together, and I'm pretty organized. And I felt like I could take a lot of the logistical things that I learned from being a head of a division at a retailer to the event space. Right. So it kind of all worked out, and I decided that I wanted to open an event planning company. So that was the creation of NH Events. That's really kind of where it came from. It's just my love of people getting together and combining that with, my full-time career. And it just works. So
yes.
Yeah.
I remember the birth of NH Events. We were living together at the time, and I just remember your brain would just be bubbling at night.
Oh my God, it's still bubbling.
And you would just be like, so I was thinking I could do this and I could open up the business. And I think the reason for it, like, whenever I see you do anything with your brand, to see it come from like fetus mode to a big business where, like, you've had clients left and right. You're doing events for people who are C-suite executives to Ari Lennox. Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Big time, right? So literally, tell me something along those paths that you took that was a hard lesson that you learned in developing your brand in particular.
I think that one of the hardest lessons that I learned is, that I'm still learning, is like that you can't do everything on your own, and understanding what are the things that you need to delegate and what are the things that you ultimately always have to have control of as the brand head and CEO, as far as continuing to develop your business. Because in the beginning, I think you can do everything, and you can try to do everything to the best of your ability, but as you grow, there are things that you need to understand you're not going to be able to do on your own, and that you should seek out professional help in order to make sure that those areas of your business don't slack while you're trying to be determined in moving your business forward, because it's impossible to do everything. So it's a lesson that I'm still figuring out, because you have to figure out, like, what are you okay letting go, and I'm a control freak, so it's hard for me to relinquish power.
You're a perfectionist.
Yeah.
But you like your details.
Exactly. And you know what I'm learning about myself while we're during this and during the rebrand is I'm such a perfectionist, and I expect that from anybody that I work with. And I think that kind of helps me weed out who's going to work for me and with me and for the brand and not, because I just, I expect things on time. I expect things to be done professionally and looked over, and just I want people to work the way that I kind of approach any project that I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
match your energy.
Exactly. And that's another lesson, just learning that not everybody has that same energy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's the tough part too.
That's
Being
another
an
lesson.
entrepreneur.
Oh.
And breaking yourself into a new mold of asking for help.
Oh yeah.
And then picking groups of people or people that kind of let you down.
Yeah.
Because they didn't match the energy or excitement.
Yeah, and I think that's okay. You know what I mean? Like, that is what it's going to be, and that's just the process that you have to work through in order to find your tribe, your kind of collective of, for me, it's like artists and, visual people, production people, to make sure that everything that I produce looks the way that I want it to look and feels the way that I want it to feel and all that kind of stuff. So it's just a process.
Right. It's a fun process, though.
It is.
To see it come to life.
Oh my God. It's like, I don't know. It feels like a ball of like anxiety, excitement, and just like, I don't even know, like fucking horror.
Yeah.
Wrapped up in one, because it's like having something in your brain and then saying it out loud to other people. Like, it's a very naked feeling. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because it's one thing for something to live inside of you. It's another thing for you to share that and then work really hard to make it come to fruition.
Exactly.
But it is exciting. It is really exciting. I'm being like crazy, but it's, you have a lot of emotions as a head of a brand. You know this. Yeah. Or business. It's just, it's
your baby.
Yeah. And you want it to be exactly how you felt it and saw it in your mind. Exactly. You know what I mean? And it's like kind of disappointing if it's not.
Right.
So that,
even if it misses a little, like, no one else is going to notice, but
that's
you
true.
will.
And we've talked about that.
Right.
I know.
Just present it. Well, let me ask you this, because out of all the events, right, what have you found is your favorite part about event planning? Or like, when it's done, what's the thing that you're like, yes, that was the cherry on the icing?
I think for me, it's like once everybody comes in, like, you set everything and it's like looking right and everything. And then once everybody comes in, there's like a moment when people are talking and chatting and entering and just enjoying that I freaking love. I feel like
your job
I did
is
it.
Done.
Yes, this is exactly what I was wondering and wanting. Yeah, no. It's like you feel like a magician. You know what I mean? Because there's so many elements of an event that people feel like are organic.
Yeah.
But they're contrived. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nothing happens in a well-produced event without it being thought out.
Right.
But the beauty of a really well-produced event is that the guests don't realize that.
Right.
They
It just
think
flows.
that it is how it is. You know what I mean? That space looked how it always looked and it smelled how it always, they just walk in and feel like this is it. This is just the atmosphere that it normally is when you flip the whole room and,
right,
thought of everything from the music to the food.
Now I have a question about what was like a snafu that you ran into.
Oh my goodness.
Tell me about that. Because I know some things happen, but the way you are, you keep things so under wraps. Like, you're like, nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong. Everything's wrong.
No. In events, what I realized is like, it is impossible for for one thing not to go wrong. I think the thing is you realize, like, number one, probably the thing that it is, if you've done the planning correctly, it's something so small that you're going to notice, and people who maybe were a part of the planning process would notice, but nobody else would notice,
right.
But that being said, it's like always like the small things, and that's why it's so important to have like checklist and punch list and make sure you're going over and writing every single detail down. I'll never forget for the Ari Lennox party, I wanted this really cool gold bar to serve as the DJ stand, which it did. But it was not a DJ stand. It was a bar. Like, it was meant to be a bar. So it was taller than the DJ stand. Okay, cool. Doesn't feel like anything's wrong with that, right? You're looking at me like, yeah, what's the problem?
It was too tall for the girl?
Yeah. So we get there, and she's like, you know, like the turntables are like at her neck. And I'm like, oh, God.
She going to scratch with her chin,
God dang it.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, it's like, and then it's like, you know, it's like, all right, well, it's 15 minutes until the show. So what are we doing? So what we ended up doing was utilizing the case that they brought, like the mixers and stuff that the sound team brought in to set up her sound. She stood on that, and then it was perfect.
Okay.
So shout out to professionals who roll with the punches, because I think, like, we don't give enough credit to people in show business, because they see a lot of that stuff and they just have to, the show must go on, right? And that's just the attitude you have to have. So that was one. Oh my God, I have another one. And it was also with the DJ. All right.
Oh Lord.
So this was for a 40th. It was like a 40th birthday bash, and it was actually D Nice who was DJing. Before I even realized who D Nice is, now everybody knows who he is. But what happened was
I have a funny story about that one.
the sound people like set him up with something with the sound had like a short, so like one of the turntables wouldn't work, and he sends like an opener. So the opener didn't know how to fix it. And he was so nice. Like, I texted him like, oh my God, he can't mix anything. Like, he can only play songs. And he came and he troubleshot the sound and fixed it. And I was like, that's a true professional. Like, he literally fixed it.
D-Nice came.
He came early before he was like set to be there. So nice. He had like this backpack of tricks, and he like played with it and troubleshot the equipment, and then he found the short, and he had the plug-in for it. Like, and he was like, no, you never know what's gonna happen. So as a DJ, that's why you hire me. I'm a professional, and that's the point, you know?
Wow.
And that was a lesson, because it's like, I should have had the sound people there when they first started or on the site, you know what I mean? Like, they shouldn't have just set it up and left. So you learn as you go, you know what I mean?
Cool.
Yeah.
That he came. I actually met him last summer, and I was assisting him. I was working at Nheventsco at the time.
Okay.
And he was like, yeah, how you doing? Oh, let me get this. And I was like, this man is like very nice and humble. He told me his regular government name.
Okay.
And it was something, I was just like, who is this guy? Like, he's looking at everybody a certain way. So nice, though.
So nice.
And then I realized who it was, and then COVID dropped, and he's out here having the best COVID live parties out here, okay?
I know.
Michelle Obama in the house.
I know. Y'all be in club quarantine.
I know.
No, but it was amazing, and I like was so grateful, because I was like, wow, this would be a real snafu right now on somebody's celebration. That would be terrible, actually.
Well, at least he was nice.
Oh my God,
able to come through.
So nice, came through. Everything was perfect. She had a beautiful time, and that's what it's all about.
Exactly. They're not supposed to know.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of COVID.
Yeah.
COVID hit. 2020, meanest bitch we've ever known.
It definitely hit.
And events were done.
Yeah.
You know, unless it was like a Zoom event or something, or like a drive-by event. Just still awkward.
Yeah.
You know, so how did that hit you professionally and emotionally?
I think it was a blow for me, just because I had worked so hard to get the momentum that I was getting, and getting a lot of referrals and feeling good about the events that I was booking. And, you know, it's always like you have a plan, and then something happens and you just have to pivot. So I think at first I was like, oh my gosh, like, what's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. And then I really just said to myself, well, let me utilize this time for things that I normally wouldn't have all this time to get complete. So, you know, my rebrand, relaunching the website, doing just behind the scenes things, kind of, you know, programs and stuff, so that my clients have an experience that's easier for them, and just finding the right program for that and stuff like that. So I actually participated in a mentorship program. Shout out Carlene Roy from the Vanity Group.
Yes.
She was amazing. And
she's dope.
She is. And I, very grateful, very thankful for this time because I feel like I got to, reorganize my thoughts and reprioritize some things and relook at some things and rethink some things for my business. So it's been good, and hopefully 2021 picks up and where I left off. And if that's the case, then I feel like it's going to be an exciting, fun, adventurous, successful, fruitful year. So.
And even with your rebranding process, she had a 9-to-5 still. So you still working full time.
Oh, yeah.
For Ross. And then having this entire venture on the side.
Oh my God.
How do you balance the two? Like, it sounds stressful. I know you're super organized, but like, how do you balance it mentally?
So some days I balance it better than others. I think just understanding the priorities that I have for my week or that particular day. Sometimes you have to take it day by day and really, understanding what I have to get done and when. So I think one of the things is just the mindset of understanding, like, I'm going to have to go. Like, there's one of me, I have a lot of stuff to do and I just need to do it, you know? And I think just taking the time, though, when I need to just rest, which is another conversation that we talked about. But it's really, for me, because I love it, it doesn't feel like work. It just feels like I just need to find that time, that separate time, to make sure that I can get those things that I need to get done. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But it's definitely not easy, but it's worth it, I think. And I think, I think a lot of people during this time really realize, like, you need to have things set up for yourself too. Like, I love what I do in my 9-to-5, but I love me too. And, one of the things that I think COVID made people realize is, like, you think of the 9-to-5 as security, but that's not necessarily the case, right? So I found that for myself, I reevaluated, like, my priorities and things that I wanted to do for myself that I feel like are important. And one of those things is NH events. And there's other things that I've been thinking about doing that I've been working on as well. Right. So I'm just, it's not easy, but you just do what you got to do.
Yeah. And I know you a workout queen.
Okay? Oh my.
She has guns underneath that blazer. Okay, guys?
Yeah,
Don't let it fool you.
Pudgy guns.
Shut up.
Soft guns.
No, not soft guns.
Yeah, there's real soft right now.
So did you work out at all during quarantine? I know you did.
I feel like during quarantine I got really skinny, then I got fat, then I and I'm working on trying to get back again. Quarantine makes you moody. You know what I mean? Yeah. I felt like there were some days that I was super energized and motivated, and then there were other days that I was like, I just want to lay here all day and watch Netflix and watch the rain outside. So I have been feeling lately like I have to get back into the physical activity, because I feel like, number one, you only get one body, but number two, I feel like when I work out, I'm more structured and I'm more focused and I have more energy, so I want to get back into that. But it's been tough. I've been doing a few, some crunches and push-ups here and there, but it's not hard, how I usually am.
Because it's normally it's tone house or just getting into a spin class. Now it's not like that anymore.
Yeah.
Even with one-on-one sessions, it's let's stay over there.
I did do in the beginning, I did some Zoom workouts. And that was cool. But it's just not there's some things that just don't feel the same. I love group fitness.
Yeah, me too.
So I love Flywheel. I love Rumble. Yeah. Or Tone House. I haven't done in a while because Tone House is very serious. And honey, not ready.
Ask for a lot of accountability.
Yes, exactly.
Follow through.
And wind, because you will be winded, my friend. You need to get your lung capacity up.
I never tried them because
no, but you got to try it.
Girl, why? I am a Pilates, yoga, and one-on-one training.
But you can
because
do it
I can talk my way out of some of the parts of the session and be like, yeah.
So you be the person bullshitting.
Hell yeah.
Like, how was your day today?
I ain't gonna pass out for this.
Yeah. Yeah, let me go get a towel real quick.
Let me get you some water, okay? Not my trainer, though. Dominic is very, so you gonna do that one more time.
Wow, yeah.
I'll get the water. Very,
That's what you need, aggression. Because sometimes when people be playing too much. There was this one guy when I used to be at Equinox, and I know his trainer was like, like, this is torture. He used to talk to this man so much, like, about random shit. Like, even I would be like, he don't care about that.
Right.
But he would just stop and talk with his hands on his hips, because I think he was
to
tired.
Get it together.
Yeah. He'd be like, so about those jets.
No, like, Equinox does a bit too much sometimes. They got to slow their damn roll, okay?
No, but so I got to get back into working out.
Right.
That's one thing.
The Zoom classes didn't really do it for me. I would just, turn the camera off.
Okay. Wow. Sit down on the couch and eat. What? No.
Literally, like, this is so.
Oh, God.
I shouldn't
Good
be
job,
doing
girl.
This. I'm gonna lift one more fry.
No, you weren't that bad.
No. The sweets really, like, I feel like my body's literally going through withdrawal recently because I stopped. I have a sweet tooth.
It's insanity. Can I tell you guys about when Maria and I were roommates? She would like try to wean herself off. This sounds ridiculous. Of chocolate. She would buy these, like, I think they were Swedish chocolates. Like, where were they from,
the
Maria?
Best Kinder.
Kinder chocolate. Okay.
And she love Kinder.
Okay, you guys. She would put, like, she'd be like, Nakita, I'm only going to eat 1 cube each night. And she'd go in there, and the way that her fucking face would get when she chewed that piece of Kinder chocolate, I was like, wow.
It was a savory moment.
Yeah, like it really was for you.
To me, I just feel, this is the thing about chocolate. All right, I'm gonna just put it like this. American chocolate is very not on point. My mom's from the Caribbean, so like the Dutch Antilles, it's a different thing. It's real cocoa, and it's not refined. And
no, I get it. I don't get it, but I do get it.
Because you're a savory person.
Yeah, I like chips. Like, give me, like,
It's bad.
Yeah.
But the withdrawal is real. Like, I've been having dizzy spells and shit for no reason. My trainer was like, you need to get some electrolytes. Like, what are you doing?
Oh, wow.
It's that crazy. But, like,
you need to just substitute it with, like, some fruit. I know it's just not the same.
I'm trying, though.
Yeah.
I'm trying. But COVID definitely helped me understand better on, like, rationing food and like buying proper things, like and cooking more.
Oh my God, yeah.
We don't
I felt
cook.
like Chef Boyardee. Yeah, it was. And then at first I was excited about it, but then I was like, I guess I have to figure out what to cook again.
What does Pinterest have to offer?
Yeah,
and living with a significant other during COVID.
Yeah,
a lot of people didn't make it through.
That's the word.
We did.
Yeah.
We're good. Our significant others, they might be hanging on by a thread, but they're still there by our side.
Yeah, look. Hopefully.
And you moved to a whole new borough.
I know. Yeah. Well.
But it's inspiring, though.
It's been good. We actually, like, honestly, it was a truth moment. Like, when they were like, shit is shut down and you're going to be together with that person that you've been with, I was like, niggas ain't gonna make it. Some of us ain't gonna make it. No, but I really love Dylan. Dylan puts up with a lot. I put up with a lot, and you realize, like, it's worth it.
He's an artist. Like,
he's an artist.
I could imagine you were not bored the entire quarantine.
Oh my God. I mean, we've done everything from Play Uno to Monopoly. I've recorded songs. Literally. Like, I did a whole freestyle one night. So it's just Dilly. Hey, shout out to Dill. No, but I love him, and it was definitely trying for some people, I think. It's a lot.
Does his work inspire any part of your rebrand?
I think, like, just his overall creativity and diligence, because it's like when you're an artist, you have to keep trying, and everything's not going to hit, and not every day does he feel good about it. But I feel like
artists are sensitive about their shit.
Yeah, and also sometimes you're just not as inspired one day versus the other. I think what inspires me about him is he like does it every day, and he loves it, and like he really goes hard for it, and I feel like that's inspiring. You know, for my rebrand, for my brand in general. And just he like feels like whatever you can think of can be. You know, and that's I love that. So,
well, back to your brand.
Yes,
we're off on tangents.
Yeah, sorry.
Like we normally do, but hey, it is what it is. People gonna be a fly on the wall. They're gonna love it.
Yeah.
It's like when two aunties get together, like, what they talking about?
Exactly.
That's the vibe. Okay. Speaking of your rebrand.
Yes.
So what's something that we can look out for in 2021? Because we need something to look forward to. Like, elections are coming up. Is looking, or, you know, by the time this is posted, like, it's passed. We don't know what the hell's about to happen. So what can we look for?
That's all I can say. Yo, I need to have a Tina Turner moment, because this is
all of the moments.
I'm trying to find my center right now.
Like even the beating up Ike in the limo. I don't know who Ike would be. Carlos don't need to get beat up, but we need to get some aggression on. But what kind of party are we going to go into with NH Events?
So I'm thinking that people are going to be, I think 2021 in the beginning is still going to be touch and feel. They've already said it's going to be third quarter before things go back to normal. So I feel like NH Events is going to be producing.
Wait, third quarter?
Yeah.
That's what they said?
Yeah, they said like March, April, you know, so, which is like end of second quarter, like, but realistically for everybody to get the vaccine, it will be a while. So I think what people are going to be looking for is to make their own vibes. You know what I mean? Dinner parties, different entertainment, like fun things with close people that you know. I think is what people are going to be doing, because I think as this shut down, all you can do is eat and drink. You know what I mean? Unless you do your own private thing. So I think that's what people are going to be trying to produce, just like fun events for them to spend time, quality time with friends, family, customers, clients.
Do you feel like with everything that's happened this year and like, you know, safety and what people are comfortable with, and also like so much trauma that we kind of experience just watching the news all the time with Black Lives Matter before other
people thought Black Lives mattered.
Right. Girl.
I know.
Do you feel like there's going to be a different way people party, like something that we're going to leave behind? Because I feel like even now with small events that are legal, normal, but like more drive-by, I notice that people aren't really into getting into each other's spaces, even if they know that they've been behaving and being respectful. Like, how do you think that's going to change the party scene a bit?
Well, I do think that I think that people are like really nostalgic. Like what this taught us is technology is cool, but it's still not the same. Yeah. But I do think that right now, while there's a lot of still unknowns, like it really is a new virus. People are, you know, like you want to be safe, and people could be transmitting the virus and not even knowing. Like it's not a purposeful thing, you know, it's just kind of what it is. I do feel like today I was listening to Governor Cuomo, and he was talking about COVID PTSD. Because people are going to feel weird. Like, Maria, you know, you guys, I was in the house straight, literally every day for like 4 months, so much so that my feet burned at the bottom when I put shoes on, and my thighs burned.
Wait, I came to see you like a few times, y'all. Every time we were outside of the building when I came to see you, anytime someone walked past a little close on the sidewalk, she ducked.
Yeah.
She already short, you know. She don't got a duck, but she kept doing
Her
it.
back.
But it's coming up. And
honestly. And you know I'm a nervous nanny anyway.
But I was talking to Marcus Bailey the other day. He's like, I feel like I'm having trauma. And anytime someone's not on their 6 foot mark at the superstore, I'm like wilding out on them. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
So I do hope that like New York revives in a different way where like, remember when going out used to be really fun? Like,
do I?
We used to get
that
down.
was fun. I be wishing like, but I be going to bed like 9:30 now. But yeah,
Only
that was
for your events. You're going out now.
honestly. I mean, yeah, but I think people. It's going to take a little bit, to be honest. I think, but I do think that people are going to want that back. Because there's nothing like human interaction.
Exactly.
And not like through a screen.
Exactly.
Like actually laughing and joking with people.
And dancing.
And
I hope dancing does come back.
I wanted to do a birthday party. I'm going to share this with you guys. I'm so sick of not seeing friends. So I like called this venue and I called the caterer, florist, because I'm extra.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
It's fine. It's fine.
Live your
What
life.
threw it really off and made me realize, like, I'm not doing that. In New York State, dancing is not allowed. Like,
because of
yes, like so. And
dancing is against the law now.
You can't dance, guys. And the places that I was working with are very reputable. Like, so they're not gonna, it's not worth it to lose their liquor license. But also, too, even if you get your private venue, your guests can only drink when they're seated. There can't be past appetizers. That's like a thing because it's high touch points. So, like, there's all these things that I felt like after I really thought about it, just wouldn't be.
So you're not gonna have a party?
I'm gonna do something, but I'm not gonna do that because I feel like it's uncomfortable. It's not even like the point of a cocktail hour is to like mix and mingle. It's not to like sit down and eat by yourself. I mean, if I wanted to do that, I could just
stay at home.
Yeah. So no.
Damn.
Yeah. It's sad.
That's wild.
It's wild.
But I
like,
get it
wow.
because you're bumping.
I get it.
Heavy breathing.
I get it. I do have COVID fatigue though, so I wanted to do something, but I think we'll have to wait till 2021 or something else.
All right.
Yeah, it's all right.
Damn, I was getting mentally prepared for that.
I'm going to do something though. You'll still be there. It just won't be as many people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, cool. So before we end this.
Okay.
Being an entrepreneur.
Yes.
It's super hard. And I think we've all had our lows and our highs. What is something that you've learned? I know you've gone through this mentorship too. And I think that you've definitely, within the last couple of months, you've stepped into a whole new realm of Nakita and digging deep and just doing it. Because I know we all have this thing, we want everything. Our ducks in a row.
Perfect.
And super proud of you, by the way, for doing that.
Oh,
because you know how
the feeling's mutual, sis.
Thanks, boo. But I'm like, if you don't just put it out there.
I know.
So with that process, I'm sure you learned something about yourself that you wish you've either heard from someone else or you knew before, or anything. What is the gem that you want to drop on the listeners and watchers on how they can just remain consistent through their dream?
Oh my God. So I listened to TD Jakes.
Okay.
And
come on, word. You got to put a word.
I listened to this, one of his sermons, and it was called It's Greater Than You Think. And he dropped 3 gems that I feel like are amazing for entrepreneurs or just people in general. So I'm going to tell you the 3. Ooh. The first one is, great people do little things with excellence. That means you show up for even the small things in the same way you show up for the big things. And when you do those small things with excellence each day, that's building towards that dream.
Exactly.
So I think
that's a foundational gem.
That was crazy, right? Shout out to TD Jakes dropping bombs on us.
For real, though.
Y'all, don't get me to praise dancing up in here because I really felt that.
No.
The second one was,
yes,
what you believe will always overcome what you see.
Faith.
And it's so true, because you ever had a dream in your mind, right? And if you believe, you ever seen somebody and you like, they crazy, like they always talking about like blah, blah, blah. And then that shit happens and you're like, holy shit.
Yes.
But it was because they could see it.
Right. And they didn't care.
And they didn't care. And guess what? Everybody's not going to be able to see what you can see. That's a big gem. Mm-hmm. And you have to just say like, you have to just say, bump what everybody else thinks. I know what I can do. I know my capability.
Right.
I know what I want to be, and that's what it's going to be.
And it comes.
And it will come.
Manifestation tool.
Oh, 1,000%. Mm-hmm. And it's just because sometimes others limit you with their limitations and their struggles and it's like,
and their fears.
Yeah, that's on you. That's not on me.
Exactly.
Right? So what you believe will always overcome what you see. And then the third, and this is, y'all ready?
I'm ready.
Boom.
Okay.
Showing up for the battle is half the battle. Simply showing up.
I'm going to fight right now.
Simply showing up for the battle is half the battle. Because I feel like sometimes, you know what? And I have been a victim of this too, right? It's imposter syndrome, or, you know, like you have an idea and then you think and think and think so much that you talk yourself out of it.
Yes.
It's like, just show up. That's half of what you need to do.
Exactly.
Everything else will fall into place.
That is so true.
These 3 gems, yo,
I
swear
was
to God.
Wow.
He had me
I
shouting
asked for one and you said boom, boom.
I'm going to just give y'all 3 because honestly,
it's necessary.
We need 3. That's it. But
It's my holy number. I love the number 3.
Oh, really? That's amazing. No, so I really believe in those 3 things.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, because it's in you.
Expanding on the third one, even with the first recording that Mateo and I did, I literally felt so sick prior to, and it made me think of the comedy thing that I did.
Yes.
Remember when I did that stand up? Beforehand, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to throw up. I'm going to pass out. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And then once I got to the stage and just, even though I was trembling the entire time, I got through it. And after everything was said and done, and even with the first podcast recording, I was like, okay, it wasn't that bad. Like it was cool. It was smooth.
Yeah.
Like the people that were involved were connecting to it, and like literally just coming into the space and fighting through the fear, but just knowing that they're here. Mateo set up, we're going to do this.
Oh, yeah.
I might throw up, but oh, well.
Yeah.
Like, just coming up through and showing up. It's a big deal.
Oh, it's a huge...
Everything else is easy.
The thing is, it's like, you see great people doing great things, and I think the assumption that people have is like, they do everything with confidence, and they show up, and they just know, and that's not true. You know what I mean? So we need to, like, debunk those things that make other people seem like they're on these pedestals and at a level that you can't reach. You know what I mean? Because everybody has fears and everybody has stuff, and you have to push past that stuff, and you have to say like, I'm good enough. I can do this. I believe in what I'm talking about, and just go for it. That's the name of this game. That's what I'm trying to bring all the way up into 2021 and bust shit down.
Yes, busting shit down.
Hello. So yeah.
No, that's so key. That's so key though.
It's so key.
Because the consistency, it's all with how you show up every day.
Every day. And the thing
even with fear.
Oh my God. But the thing is like, I'm so sick of hearing people too, because people want instant gratification, and they look at people and they're, how did they do that? And it's like, it's in the quiet moments.
Right.
It's not.
It took 5 years.
Oh, so it took 15. It took 20. It took 30. It takes a lot of time to get to certain places, and I think that we as a society are just
only see the success.
We only see the success. We glorify the success, right? And we make people feel like, go hard and do and it's like, yeah, but it doesn't just happen like that. That's just not realistic.
It's not.
Like, get real.
And that's why I wanted to do this show, because I want to talk about, yes, the greatness of each entrepreneur and friend that I have. Because, like, we talked about this last week. The people in our circle are so dope and amazing.
Oh, my God.
And inspiring.
It's crazy.
And it's very rare how many people that are around us that have their own thing going. And, you know, And it's crazy because all of us come from very different backgrounds.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You know, I think generational mental struggle is something that I've had to fought through often, you know, and then it's like you with your perfection, like you don't want to put it out because you don't think it's good enough when it's literally perfect for everyone else. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's just important to say these things out loud for people to hear, because there's so many people that just like, you know, case in point, someone hit me up that used to work for me. It was like, I want to start my candle business, but like, I don't know how to do it. Like, I don't know what to start. I'm like, all right, your first assignment is doing a brain dump on how you see yourself getting over it and why you love candles so much. Connected to get over that hump, then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I don't know why there were so many things we held ourselves back from over the last couple of years. You know what I'm saying? And then because we didn't hear it enough. Yeah. It's okay to be afraid. Yeah. It's okay to not be sure.
And it's okay to ask for help. I think like one of the things that I think really came up for me this year, especially in the Black community, but not saying that it's not in a lot of other communities, is not that we don't have a lot of examples, because we have beautiful examples. And I think Black people are some of the most entrepreneurial, creative, like innovative
out of nothing
people ever. But I think we have this weird trauma where we don't share or ask for help or say that we're struggling. And I'm not saying all Black people. I'm just saying it's you know, and I just think that we need to like move past that. You need to, if you see somebody that you know doing something dope and it's like something that you feel like, I wish that I could get some information or ask a question, like ask the question. Right. You know what I mean? Exactly. Because I think that sometimes people limit themselves and it's not that crazy, but you just don't know how. You know what I mean? And
they have to make it normal that asking for help or just doing something in the simplest way. It's
in other societies and cultures, that's very normal. Oh, yeah. Like in Jewish culture, they share everything. They teach everything. There's deep tradition, and they follow in the footsteps of people that came before them, even in their professional lives, right? And
even the Chinese put money into the pot and start businesses with that, and then work for each other. Like
1,000%,
it's amazing.
And we need to. For me, this year is all about bigging up my group of people, right? Pulling people along, helping people along. Sharing in this cool experience of all these people doing stuff together. And I think that's something that I feel like was very exposed this year about about the disadvantages that we have in our culture. And, you know, I think that we did a lot of work to make people realize, you know, because I do feel like we as a people could be much further. You know, we started off really far back to get even to be where we are is amazing. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
You saw what Curbito posted the other day?
No.
About basically saying y'all realizing something about, you know, watch themselves, the other society, the other cultures, and that we're realizing as a people, Black and brown people, that we can do it without anybody else.
Oh my God.
And that to me is like the most sweetest revolution to go into for the new year. Like, we're realizing as much as we big up each other, there's so much growth to be had. And it's so strong. Our numbers, our dollar are so important, and they're sturdy. Trillions of dollars come from us.
And a lot of the ideas, let's keep it funky, are coming from us anyway.
Okay.
Okay. So,
very much so.
Not to say, you know, I'm just being
But you know what, though?
proud.
I think we've been real calm about it this whole lifetime and a few lifetimes.
Yeah, I just want to brag on us.
We the shit.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It really is what it is. It's like crazy. You know what I mean?
Not holding back no more.
Literally.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, and we're going to keep doing it. I'm proud, and that this energy is the energy I'm bringing into next year.
Yeah.
It's just like
I'm excited.
Doing it big, doing it how I see it, bringing my friends along wherever I can, speaking up where I see inequity, you know, like working really hard and being proud of the things that I produce. That's like...
And celebrating that.
Oh, my... Yeah, and celebrating.
We need to do a little, and this is where NH events can come in. Celebrating more.
Yeah.
Even the small wins, because every little thing that we do is foundational.
Oh yeah, it's, you know what? It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm excited about all the things that I'm seeing. Like, I be hype going through Instagram. I'm like, yo, oh my God.
Like, just wrote a book.
Like people be writing books. People is making candles, hoodies,
Yes.
clothing lines, services.
Everything.
Literally, there's lotions. Okay, shout out to Reborn, because I was just telling Maria, I never lotion my body. My mother used to be like, yo, you look like a reptile, and it's embarrassing.
Nakita.
I lotion every day.
Now.
Now. Yeah, just so y'all are clear.
Reborn, natural ash body, and gentle.
All of them. Rub it on you.
I order Reborn, so I'll definitely, her candles are amazing. Like,
Oh my God, that too. But that lotion,
Humble Savage.
honestly, top 5. And it's not number 5. No, but no, there's so many things. Unwrapped. Like, I could go on and on.
Yes.
We could go on and on. It's
Legit.
crazy. It's crazy.
But listen,
Yes.
you know how we can get.
I know.
We'll wrap it up.
Yeah, love y'all.
But literally, thank you so much for coming
You're
through. Coming
welcome.
all the way back to Brooklyn for your girl.
Yeah, of course.
And rapping some actual, like, real game to the people that need it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Follow Nheventsco.
Okay.
Well, at Nheventsco, still trying to learn how to plug myself.
Plug.
It's not my natural state, but follow it. I'm excited about this year. I'm excited to be here.
Yes.
And yeah, I'm excited to see how this comes out, and all the other people that are going to be up on here.
I know. There's a list.
There's a
It's
whole
long
list, and I'm feeling
So many
like,
people, I'm very excited.
yeah, I feel like really like.
But I had to get you in first. I was like, wait,
Thank
I need my closest.
I feel like
my people.
real blessed and special right now.
Yes.
Shout out to feeling special.
One of my strongest of the crew. Seriously.
Oh, thank you.
But thank you for coming, Kita.
Yes, of course. Love you, girl.
Love you too.
All right.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.